Hey, this is Malika of Evanston Live TV, and we have with us an amazing guest. I always have amazing guests. This is another one. I'm excited to get them because I've been trying to get the Chessmen on Evanston Live TV for the longest, just to come and just sit down and talk. And now we're in this lockdown, so now I finally locked one down uh, via Zoom, and so I'm very, very excited. We have a leader in it. You're president of the Chessmen, correct?
Yes, correct.
Reynold?
I am president. Took that position earlier this year. Actually transitioned over to me right at the time we started the shelter in place.
Yes, Reynold Martin. So that's a huge step, a huge position to step into because the
Hmm.
Chessmen are pretty well known around Evanston, around the North Shore. You all are a group of Black men who are just a group of leaders just taking reign and doing amazing things for the community. And I've always felt like the Chessmen, we don't hear enough about what you guys are actually doing out there. You know, we see you as these intellectual, strong men. We often see you out there delivering the food and the turkey
Hmm.
during the holidays, and you give out scholarships. And I was having a conversation with another Black leader in the community in Dona, and we were saying, you know, we don't hear enough about the positive things that Black people are doing in Evanston. You know,
Right.
so we were like, we need to promote that more. Too much of what, you know, the gun violence or needing grants and loans and things like that, but we don't hear
Mhm.
enough about the success stories. So, Reynold, can you tell us all about what the Chessmen have done and what you guys have planned for the
Right.
future?
Yeah, no, and that's a very good starting conversation. I mean, most people do see the chessmen, they know of the chessmen. Somehow or another, we've impacted somebody in the community that knows the chessmen. And they don't get the full feel of the chessmen, who we are, the monthly meetings, the things that we talk about, the things that are sort of beneath what is more visible. The gala is something we do to recognize members of the community. It's also our signature fundraising event. I actually happened to be chairing the gala for the last 2 to 3 years before I moved into the presidency role. The food basket is very needed in terms of feeding the underprivileged. We do it around the end of the year, the holiday period, but with the two of those as signature events, people then look and say, well, what else do the chessmen do? And we've had conversations with people many a times that have said that. What else are you guys active in? And I would say, as a first answer, we're active in almost everything that you could think about. You have members of the chessmen that are always at college fairs. Myself, I represent Florida A&M, so I will quickly switch from this shirt that says chessmen here to a FAMU shirt. And if it's an AKA college fair, if it's something else, we're there and we're talking about it from the perspective of, being a Black male going to college and going to an HBCU in particular. We're active in things like Officer and a Gentleman. We're active in other things that go across the community. We work a lot with the Oakland Elementary School with some of the programs that are going on there. Recently had made commitments or donations to a lot of organizations in Oakland in particular. They do a chess club. My son's actually a participant in that, and it's something that helps engage a lot of members of the Black and Brown community in Evanston, and we're there to support those things as well. So I think if you really went across all of the things what chessmen may do behind the scenes, you'd see a member of the chessmen, maybe two to three, supporting a lot of the different activities that go across the community.
Uh, I know some people don't like to really, put out there, promote all that they give and all that they do for the community. And
Hmm.
you all seem to be very modest when it comes to, what you do for the community. On the one
Hmm.
hand, I think that's beautiful. It speaks to the character, the integrity of the chessmen. But at the same time, I'm like, no, you all need to be shouting from the mountaintop. The chessmen
Yeah.
did this, god darn
Right.
it.
Yeah, and that's, we talk about that every month in terms of, what we're engaged in, and should we try to make that something that's much more publicly seen. And on one end, we look at it and say, hey, we're working with a lot of the different organizations across Evanston, and we're supporting their event. And if it's a soup kitchen and we show up and 2 to 3 of us participate, we're participants in the soup kitchen, but that wasn't organized by us. We very much will show up and be there. And when people call on us, we show up. And I think you have a group of men that, we really want to we really just focus on the impact that we're making on the community as a whole. And maybe it is to our own fault that we are modest. We know what we're doing. The community only knows us for those couple of events. And those that know us as a whole may see us and say, oh, he's a chessman. And he's a chessman. He's a chessman. But when you look us up, even on our own website, I don't think we necessarily go out and, embellish is the wrong word, but it is technically the truth of really saying, look, you're shouting from the mountaintop. This is what the chessmen do. This is what the chessmen do. I often have conversations with a lot of corporate sponsors. We've been able to pick up a few over the last few years, a few additional ones. And, they might say, well, what do you do besides those two things? And then they're pretty amazed when I start going down the list of here's the last year and here's what the chessmen have done, been a part of, or just participated as a group so that we can be visible. It could even be the Father's Day run that people do. We've just been out there wearing these t-shirts, which are not fun to run in, but we want to be seen in the community as a group of African American men that have been successful in their career, but they have every story and every different walk of life that we can help mentor others, that we can help just connect others to things or avenues that they can take to kind of progress themselves through their own lives.
Now, you had mentioned the Chessmen Gala. I know that is like the who's who attends the Chessmen Gala. I know I've attended several, and they're absolutely beautiful. And one of the main things is that so many people give and donate. You all have the auction, the silent auction, and it's just a beautiful event. And I see, like you said, every walk of life comes, decked out to the nines. And it's all in the spirit of giving.
Correct.
And that's what the chessmen are about. So how are you all handling right now? We're in this COVID-19 and it came right at the time everybody was getting ready for the chessmen. Everybody was getting their ball gowns and their tux and everything. So how are you all handling the chessmen, this COVID-19 lockdown, the COVID-19 period?
Well, a very true story was I just gotten my tux updated. I feel like I lost a little bit of weight. Maybe it got stronger, but I'd gotten it refitted and picked it up that Wednesday. That Wednesday night, we canceled the gala, or we postponed the gala to see what would happen. The world moved very quickly on us. Me being the chair of that gala, it certainly hurt, but we knew it was the right decision. It is our signature fundraising event. It is also something that's very fun for the entirety of the community, and you get all of the community to come out and support. So as you said, there's that giving spirit that supports us. We're a volunteer organization. We generally are out in the community, but those funds that we raise are being used. We don't have an employee base. So the giving that we do and the commitments we make, which are on the scholarship side, we're making 4-year commitments. That really makes a difference to a student, but that money's all being raised at that gala or at similar types of smaller events, but that's our signature event. So to have to cancel that gala was very difficult. And the irony of me and the first decision to make as the president, to cancel the own gala that I just planned and spent a lot of time building up additional sponsors and really filling out the room, that was tough. And we had good conversations, good debate on that Wednesday night between all of the chessmen. So you can imagine a conversation. Zoom was not in the plans at that time, so we were all just on the phone with each other. But I think we made the right decision. And when you kind of fast forward, we then came back together and said, we still need to go forward with our missions. So we went forward with a new cohort of scholarships. We did, and at that point we adopted Zoom, and we did interviews with 15 finalists to give out 10 scholarships, decided to give out 10 plus an additional set of book scholarships to a few other students. And that was enough. That was really good for us to say that, well, look, we're fulfilling our mission. We're continuing to make commitments to the youth of Evanston that are going to be able to enhance their lives. But that we didn't stop there. We then said, okay, let's look at our budget. Let's look at what we have today and where's the need today. And while our food feeding program is something that is generally more at the end of the year, the need isn't today the end of the year. It may still be, and let's hope not. But
Mhm.
the need was now. So we took our feeding program budget as well as any extra dollars that we had, and we started to focus on food programs and working with the city of Evanston, working with the Moran Center, working with Oakton Elementary and some of the programs that they have to make sure that we're active now and we are continuing to give back to the community. I think that story has resonated with a few others of our consistent donors every year because they've heard a lot about what we're doing and have made additional contributions to help us out. Yeah, we'd love to do more. And as I kind of said in the newsletter, we can do more. We certainly want to be out there and we want to be out and helping this community as best we can. And I think we're well placed to do it. We have the funding that we missed. And that's sort of where the shortfall now starts to come in. But I think we made the right decision as an organization where our missions lie.
Wow, wow. Yeah, I miss going to that event. It was the energy was just always it just always felt so good. And I have yet to go to the golfing event. Are you all
Hmm.
what's the plan for the Chessmen golf event?
Yeah, so the golf event would have been normally the weekend after the 4th of July. We're certainly right now in a stage where you can golf, but it's two people per. Rather than a foursome, it's only two people that are able to golf,
Yeah.
and you really can't move around in the same way. Knowing our clientele of who would support us through the golf outing, it's very difficult to make the decision to go forward with that because in theory, we've now reduced the number of people that can attend by 50%. We've also probably there are restrictions on what people are more used to. Like I used to just drive the golf cart around because I'm not the greatest of golfers, and um, I have fun. I'd get on with Jeannie and we take pictures of everybody else doing things rather than me go swing and pull my hamstring like I normally do. Um, but we're still evaluating it. We haven't canceled it, nor have we canceled the gala. But I think as we're seeing more and more about what the COVID-19 impact has been, it's causing us to really rethink what are the activities we can do for the fun of the community. So the gala, yes, it's fundraising, but like you said, it's very entertaining to be there. And a lot of us like to just kind of gather and have this social event. And myself alone, my wife and I, and we were actually planning to bring my 14-year-old daughter this year. Uh, we're going to miss that. And I'm not sure what the other side looks like when you think about gathering 350 people into a room for dinner and awards. We are not sure what golfing will look like for the sake of raising money and really everybody coming out and enjoying a day of golf with the Chessmen. So we're going to have to evolve, and we know that. And we're kind of looking at a lot of different things, but also trying to keep that pure spirit and incorporate what the Chessmen have done. And over the many years that we've been in existence, these things have been part of the platform. And we don't want to throw them away based on what COVID-19 has done, but we also have to have our ears to the ground of what are the new rules that we're playing by. The end of the day for us is we need to deliver on what our mission statements are. And to do that, we do need to raise capital.
Yes, yes. I think everybody's having to really sit back and think, okay, they're talking about the new normal. Once we get out of this lockdown, a lot of things are changing right now around us
Yep,
as we
absolutely.
speak. So yeah, I'm definitely keep us posted with how the Chessmen are going to be reaching the people via digital world now. Um, yeah, we're all having to figure that piece that piece
Hmm.
out now. And when you have an organization like yours where it's very hands-on, you're getting out and you're
Exactly.
dealing with the youth and businesses and families and things like that. the digital world kind of, it's like in the middle of
Yeah.
all that. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, no, I know. I mean, we are going for, like I said, we went forward with the scholarships. We still have to next do their um, sort of scholarship recipient dinner. That's not a fundraiser. That's just part of the program for us. And this will be the first one via Zoom. And we'll be able to reach them. We'll still give the students of Evanston their time to be recognized, but
Mhm.
it's still going to be a bit different. And
Mhm.
everything after that feels like it's going to be a bit different. We're going to evolve. We always are evolving, but we're going to be forced to evolve a lot more quickly in terms of what we need to do as an organization to continue just progressing forward.
Now, what are you all going to be? I know Peter Braithwaite is on the committee for reparations. Are you all, that's just him, as an alderman.
Yes.
Are you all going to be taking a role in the reparations as an organization, or what are your plans for that?
Yeah. So that's something obviously we followed what Robin and what Peter have been very focused on. And we certainly are following again we're excited about what they're able to do or what they able to come out of that. We as an organization have not made the decision of how we are going to interact with it. So I couldn't answer that question by saying, here are the 2 to 3 steps that we're taking. I can assure you that there will be some engagement from somebody that wears this logo. Obviously, you've already said Peter is involved, but there are other chessmen that will be involved in some way or another. But as an organization, it's tough to answer that question right now.
Yeah, yeah. It's so many new, it's just the world is moving so fast, and so many new things that are happening that we've never experienced. COVID-19 is definitely one no one's ever experienced in their lifetime. And then reparations, just the fact that it's possible right now. So it's all new to all of us how
Hmm.
we're really going to play a role in it. So, but I definitely wanted to bring the chessmen on because I feel like you all don't get the spotlight you truly
Hmm.
deserve, and I think it's because you are modest. So you all are
Right.
like, look, we're doing the work, we ain't gotta like put on the glitz about it all, but I think
Hmm.
you deserve some.
No, we appreciate it. I really wish that everybody would be sitting here at the same time because I'm probably, if you took a scale of modesty, I'm probably far to the left. So, for me to sit up and do the interview makes a lot of sense given the role that I am as president right now. But it's truly a group effort. And, we don't ever lose sight of that. No one person is doing all the work by themselves.
Yes, well, thank you so much, Reynold, for your time today. I know you have a lot going on right now, and please keep us posted, updated if there's anything that Evanston Live TV, we as a community can do to support the chessmen and your efforts, especially now things are new, moving more into Zoom and the digital,
Hmm.
whatever it is you all need to support. I know the funding has taken a hit, which impacts all the programs you all were involved in. Just let us know what we need to do to support you, and we're here. And it's just beautiful. It's always beautiful to see a group of Black men just leading and just taking control. And this is what we're doing, and you all are doing it. It's
Hmm.
not just talk. You're
No,
doing it.
and I appreciate that. I appreciate the opportunity just to tell our story, and we will. I don't know if it's shout to the mountaintops, but we will tell our story as often as we can.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
All right, this is Malika of Evanston Live TV, and that was Reynold Martin. He's president of the Chessmen Club of the North Shore. I'm sure many of you have heard about the Chessmen. I think, we need to do more conversation about the Chessmen because they do a lot of work. They just don't promote what they do. And no, those tend to be like real angels where they're not out there, shouting from the mountaintop, like I said, shouting from the mountaintop. I did this, I did that. But I think we need to, really start promoting their work in the community. And yeah, they're an amazing group of men. And let's keep an eye on the Chessmen and provide that support to them, whatever it is that they need. So I am going to end this episode. It's been a very interesting day. I don't know if some of you know about the passing of another beautiful Black man who demonstrated leadership with our youth. He served the Evanston Library. The man was just amazing. We lost him last night, young man. Many of you know him as Stan. He went by Mustafa Stanley Azim, but we all called him Stan. And, we definitely want to salute Stan for all of his work in the community. I'm sure you all are seeing an outpouring on Facebook about him and his work and just his spirit. He and I, he had given me the info on Robert Crown and made sure that I got that proper tour of Robert Crown when it opened. And he and I had some plans to do some other work together. So, we're going to miss him. And, this COVID-19 has just been, ooh, it's been a beast during this lockdown. So many changes, and it's definitely getting close to home with people. But our hearts and our condolences go out to Stan's family, and he's just a beautiful individual and a leader in this community, and he will be missed. And yes, yes, yes. So thank you to the Chessmen, thank you to Stan, and to all the amazing, beautiful leadership that we have in the Black community, doing amazing things, regardless of a lockdown, just out there fighting to give and contribute and to build. And it's a beautiful thing. So you guys, as I've been ending every video, please follow the guidelines, stay aware, stay conscious of things that are going on. I know the news is consuming and depressing, but these days you definitely have to stay on top of what's going on because it's impacting your livelihood, it's impacting your family, your health. So please stay engaged, stay tuned for daily updates as to what's going on, and definitely keep your 6 feet distance. Wear your mask, people. Please do not leave the house without wearing your mask. Do your best to stay indoors if you possibly can, and take your shoes off at your front door. As we learned from Captain Bilal, who's also from Evanston, he said people are tracking COVID-19 into their home via, their shoes. So please take your shoes off at the door, and let's just stay conscious and aware at all times. We're in a new world, a new normal, a new reality right now. And let's just stay aware, stay conscious. Okay, this is Malika, Evanston Live TV. You all stay tuned. We have more amazing people in the community doing amazing things.